Okay. Good afternoon, Harlem and Harlems of the World. I am Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And as you know, Harlem Network News is a new media platform. We started at the onset of COVID, and we are still here. It's almost 3 years, and it's been very significant. The work that we've been doing and the people that we've been connecting with. And we are essential workers. That's what I say. Bringing news and information to Harlem and the Harlems of the world. Just super, super, super critical. But today, as we're still in Women's History Month, and we celebrate women's history all year long, but I have one of our Harlem Sheroes here with us in the person of our sister Robin Williams. So Robin, would you just say hello to the audience and let us know who you are and whose you are? And then tell us about your great business. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Robin Williams, and I'm the founder of the Uptown Dance Academy. And we have been transforming youth into stars for the last 27 years. We have an excellent success record. We've put kids on Broadway. We have a soloist in Alvin Ailey. And our students that we've trained have gotten professional jobs as well as scholarships to institutional colleges. And we do that through a unique training system. It's a recipe of certified techniques that I have acquired throughout my lifetime. I started dancing at the age of 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. So where did you start your dance career? What was the motivation? And what was the journey to bring you to be the founder of the Uptown Dance Company?
I started dancing at the age of 4. My mom actually put me in dance because she grew up in a farm, on a farm, and her parents didn't believe in dancing. But my grandfather was a principal in the one-room classroom in the South. So that is in my genealogy. So I went to college for dance. I actually went to college with Madonna.
Oh, wow.
And
What college
yes,
did you attend?
we attended Mary Grove College in Detroit, Michigan.
All right. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. And a lot of us decided to come to New York to hone our professional careers in dance. So I danced at the Dance Theater of Harlem and with some smaller local companies. I worked with George Faison and the artist from Mayor Bearden's wife. And I also performed in a Russian ballet company. And I was asked at Harlem School of the Arts to teach some children. And I found that I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to create a system that would get our children into specialized schools.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that. That is amazing. So the kinds of dance, because I heard ballet, and I think, our worlds and circles are so small. It's so interesting that you went to, to college with Madonna. That's like a wow moment.
Yes.
But there's so many connections. And of course, you're mentioning all of the dance companies and George Faison and all of that. But with the Uptown Dance Company, and congratulations, you were the recipient of a Greater Harlem of Chamber of Commerce award last night for their women's history. And I'm just calling everybody Sheroes. So that was an amazing thing. And kudos to you and the other people, Dr. Fergus and other sisters that received the award. I think it's just duly noted. And so many people are doing so many great things. So it's important that we know it, we celebrate it. And I love you speaking a bit about your journey, because it helps other people to figure out how they can map out their life. So after dancing with the companies and teaching at the Harlem School of the Arts, when and how and why did the Uptown is it the Uptown Dance Company or Studio? When and why and how did it start? So thank you.
We have the Uptown Dance Company, and that's our dance company comprised of graduates from our specialized program. At that time, it was 1996, and it was very unusual for African American schools to have African American ballet teachers.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm certified. I went to college. I learned Shaketi techniques, Russian techniques,
Mm.
as well as the French ballet in the 20th century. And of course, now I have certifications with the Bolshoi Ballet of Russia,
All
Alvin
right.
Lee Thornton, yes, and American Ballet Theater. And I'm a fellow at School of American Ballet.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
was a classical ballerina. I danced the Nutcracker, mostly Bluebird and Sleeping Beauty, but I also did jazz and modern and contemporary dance with George Faison and Tally Beatty. Even one of my teachers was from Catherine Dunham's dance company.
Mhm.
So for me, just to train kids in ballet is not enough. That's not my whole story.
Okay, I love
And
it.
yes, so especially because I come from a line of Dunham teachers, I incorporate all those forms into a training system. And in our training system, students can go in any direction they want. I have students that are entrepreneurs. They have their own online training systems. I have print models. Debbie Jackson was there last night. 4 of my girls were Miss New York uh, in Hal Jackson's Talented Teens.
Oh wow.
So it's an array of, I even have a young man named Solomon that works with Jazzmobile that took piano at our school. So what we do is we have a training system. We train the students in all those forms, and then they can go into professional life and go in any direction that they would like to go in.
Okay. Okay. Well, I just think that's amazing. And I love doing these interviews because I always find out more about someone and what the background is. And I'm blanking, but we know that we have a Black woman in is it the American Ballet, who's written the books, what is it, Dance in Motion, you know, and I believe she has another book out now. So, this is not necessarily something new for us, but I think it's an important thing just in terms of our body, mind, spirit, and all of those things. So are you teaching from what age and where? And is everyone who's coming to your school looking to go in the professional direction? What is the scope of your company?
Well, we are located in Harlem. Right now, we're at Cultivate Studios. And I want to mention my mom. My mom ran my school for several years until she got very, very ill and she passed away.
Oh,
And just before she passed, we had a large location and we had to move from that location. Missy Copeland did give
yeah.
us some funds to rebuild. And right after we received the funds, my mom got sick and she wasn't able to work with me anymore. And eventually she passed away. So the funds were used to maintain the studio, but we are still looking, we are looking at a building now for our facility. So temporarily we're at Cultivate Studios.
Cultivate Studio.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And where is Cultivate Studio located? And how can
Cultivate.
people get in touch with you if
Okay.
they want to?
Cultivate.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Cultivate is located on 3rd Avenue and 110th Street. And people can get in touch with us on our website, uptowndanceacademy.com. We take kids at the age of 2.5, and they go through our system they go through a preschool training system, then they are trainees, and then they get professionally trained, and then we move them into institutional schools and professional jobs. And our success record is just about 95%.
Okay, I love it. And on I guess the spiritual and the developmental side, how is the dance and the Uptown dance? What is the impact that you've had on the community? And are you training both young men and young women?
Yes, definitely young men and young women. One of my young men got a job for Cirque du Olay, and he has his own online stretching program, a physical program where he stretches adults, and we're really, really proud of him. Another young man came to us as a hip hop dancer at the age of 19, and he's now a principal dancer with the Ballet Long Island. So
Wow.
we have success with men and women.
Oh,
What we use in our fusion technique is classical ballet, and we introduce acrobatics also. So when you see us perform, you see a lot of cheerleading and acrobatic feats also, which is very, very suitable for male dancers. So
mhm.
our male dancers have a success also.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we have a website, uptowndanceacademy.com. If people would like to come and register their children for the program. And as we are saying, of course, we all know that the art of ballet and acrobatics keeps everyone physically fit. So it's not so much, even though we've trained a lot of dancers that have gotten professional jobs, as I said, they've won beauty contests. We have print models, and they go to college and succeed in other forms because, of course, the art of ballet gives you poise and excellence in your posture, and it definitely raises you uh, above as far as calculating and geometry and
okay.
mathematics. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I love it. So this has been quite a journey for you and the Uptown Dance Academy. I mean, I guess it's a business. So you are an entrepreneur promoting the arts. You are here in Harlem, which is, I feel, one of the meccas of the world. So amazing. Has your organization, I know we're just kind of barely out of COVID and not really, but have you been able to get back into doing shows and performances? And is there anything coming up?
Yes, we will be doing a Kingdom of Soul uh, show at Aaron Davis on June 9th.
Okay.
And that's a tribute to James Brown, Michael Jackson, Prince, who gave us $250,000
Oh,
through Misty Copeland,
wonderful.
Aretha Franklin, and did I say Michael Jackson? Yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
James Brown.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Well, I love it. And like I said, it's just wonderful to get this information because you know people, and you and I are in a women's microloan organization, Women America. And, you know, through the years, through different entrepreneurial ventures, when we had a restaurant, I remember you coming and, you know, participating. But I love doing these interviews because I always learn something. And I just kind of feel like, especially with Black women, women of color, our rivers run deep, you know, and we're doing a lot. And a lot of times, you know, when we see people, we don't know the whole story. So that's amazing. It's amazing your mom was able to support you in this business. You know, the interest of our history and our legacy, the fact that your grandfather taught in a one-room school. I mean, our rivers run deep. So thank you for joining us, Robin. And this is our Harlem Network News, She Rose. And we're doing this, we're still in Women's History Month, but we're going to be celebrating all year long as we do with Black history. So are there any words that you would like to share? Particularly, I'm very interested in the dance and how you've taken it into the culture, and I know I'm very familiar with Harlem School of the Arts. My daughter took dance there. She also went to Dance Theater of Harlem, and I'm one of those people that did go to dancing school from about the age of 4. I was in Queens with Bernice Johnson and Gloria Jackson. Those were the two schools. But I love dance. I love it now. And I know I've been asking, are you having any adult classes coming up? Because I think ballet is very good for bodybuilding. But are there any closing words or thoughts or anything that you would like to share, particularly with our young women? Because I know we have a lot going on now in terms of our young women and pride in self and representing self. So if there's anything that you would like to share.
So glad that you mentioned Bernice Johnson and Gloria Jackson. I did teach at Bernice Johnson School just before it shut down. And I did teach at Ruth Williams School also. And in Detroit, I studied with Tony Lewis, maybe her name was Tony Lewis. And so my first influence was a Black woman having being trained. So that's my legacy, for me to be just like them.
Okay. Well, I love it. Thank you for the work that you're doing. We will continue to follow.
Why do I hear you in there?
Okay. We will continue to follow you and to just assure that the Uptown Dance Studio is on the map. This is Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And I was joined today by the incredible Robin Williams. And we're gonna have Robin is going to come in, and she's just gonna give her final word. So there was a little bit of technical difficulty.
Yes, I'm so sorry for the technical.
Yeah, no problem. Robin is back with us. And as I said, we're honored. I've learned a lot. And dance has been throughout my life, going to all kinds of African dance as an elder. And I have also had the privilege of taking ballet. I think she did the Horton technique, Bernadine. And she worked with, I'm trying to think, one of the other dance companies. I think it was Sounds in Motion and Diane, and I don't remember the last name, but dance is a thing throughout life. And it also is a way of people connecting and communing. So that's why I love it. I used to tell people when I would take dance classes over at the bathhouse, and I remember Esther, who has the studio, was in, she would always be in my line. And then she went on to, start her own classes. But I always told people, because I was always working in film and television, and, my children grew up with me through my career. And I would always say to people, dance class is my social life. So I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that line. So just any final words. And once again, let people know how they can get in touch with you and the age of your classes. So thank you.
You can always get in touch with us at www.uptowndanceacademy.com. That's our website. All the information is on our website. We have a scholarship fund in my mom's name.
Oh, and what is your mom's name, please?
Her name, they called her Mother Williams.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I love it.
And thank you so very much.
You're welcome. And I'm honored. And like I said, I knew I was amidst greatness, but now I got all of it to back it up, what your history is and all of the legacy. And are you still dancing? That's the question.
Oh, yes, definitely. Right. I am still dancing. I'm still teaching, and I hope to do it forever.
Okay, I love it. I think that's the way we're all thinking. We're going to be doing this forever, and it's important. And this is important because I want to look at the impact, and I know that you're doing that in terms of how our young women can perceive themselves and their bodies and their presentation. And I have noticed a trend. And for those of you who are just joining, this is Harlem Network News. I got so caught up in Robin, but and Uptown Dance. But I think it's really important because a lot of our young people are not dancing as much as they were. I know, I grew up during the Motown era, so
Me
we were
too.
dancing all the time. We went to parties and we danced and we connected, and there were new dances that came out, and Soul Train was on every Saturday, Ralph and Daniel, we grew up in a dance and music era. But I know that some of the young people, when they go even to proms and stuff, nobody's dancing. So I think we have to bring dance back in our life. And I'll just say one more quick statement. Someone once said, there was a lecture series, called First World, and, it was all kinds of different information about Africa, and great people like Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Rosalind Jeffries were there, and Dr. James Smalls. And once a lecturer came from Africa, and I don't remember what country, but I thought it was very empowering statement where they said, if someone wants to be head of anything or, be, put up for a head of state in Africa or this and that, this is in the village, like we have to see them dance. And once we see them dance, we can tell who they are. So I thought that was a very interesting thing, that by how somebody's moving, by their dance, that tells you something about that person. So
Yes.
we'll leave on that note. It's been an honor. Short comment on that one, but I thought that was empowering. So,
Yes. Thank you for that.
thank you. Shiro, Robin Williams of the Uptown Dance Academy. Check her out. And this is Harlem Network News, and support us as we continue on this journey. You can reach us at 646-261-5397. Go to harlemnetworknews.com, harlemnetworknews@gmail. And of course, support us financially, make your donations. If you have stories, share those stories with us. And if you have a skill, share that with us. We're open to article writing, interviewers. So thank you. And happy Women's History Month. And we're celebrating our Harlem Sheroes. Thank you, Robin. Blessings. Terri. Thank you.